Hi friends, I thought this was worthy of a video. It's a wildlife camera we've mounted inside a birdhouse. And I believe it's perfect timing because it's like August now. And as we all know, the birds nest in the springtime. So this birdhouse will be up, giving the local wildlife a chance to get used to it. And then over the winter, hopefully they'll find it as a home. And in the springtime, they'll have some nice activity to watch with the children as this tiny wildlife camera picks up the action inside the birdhouse of hopefully building the nest, laying the eggs, and then, of course, hatching out and getting fed and growing up to be little birds. Okay, so what it is, it's this little cam here. And I'm holding this birdhouse. Okay, the birdhouse was separate. And there's a lot of house sparrows in this area. So this is probably like a perfect birdhouse for the house sparrows. And let me see if I can point a couple of things out to you guys. Well, here it is. This is the box it comes in. The Hawkeye Nature Cam. And right there you'll see a little simulation of the little birdies and the camera. And on the other side is like, they have like a metal hole on the birdhouse, and that's to keep squirrels out. Although we didn't use this birdhouse, we used a different birdhouse, so we didn't get that little metal thing. But I think in the spot that this is in, I don't think squirrels are an issue. It's weatherproof, it's color imaging, infrared. It also has a microphone, very nice, 100-foot cable. It's Chinese manufacturer. It plugs right into your television. The microphone lets you see as well as hear. The infrared is very good inside a dark birdhouse or any dark area, animal den, whatever. And it's all weather protective shield. Allows outdoor and indoor use. Perfect for pervs. Perverted. Wired with 100 feet of cable. Extensions are available. Turning it over. Great. Nice view in this place though. Okay, so here you can see is up in that chimney. Let's see if we could zoom in. There it is. It's in that birdhouse there. And the cable goes in that window. There it is. Cable goes along that rail and into that window. This is the little cam, and you can see in relation to my finger how big it is. And it tilts and it's adjustable. And I'm telling you now, after what I did is I put an X in the bottom of the birdhouse box with a pencil because I wanted to mark center. And then plugging this into the television, which it has the AV jacks, the RCA style jacks. This red one is for the power transformer that plugs into the wall. The yellow one's for the video. The white one's for audio. So these plug into your television, and this red one plugs into the wall adapter that they give you. And you get 100 feet of wire, and they do sell an extension. Although if you were a Sharpie like me, you could probably splice something in there. It's just wire. Okay, so I've aimed it, and also really important, and I want to tell you now, it's focus. And because when it came out of the box and I mounted it, I tested it on the television, and there really wasn't a great focus on it. There's nothing in the instructions, but I found that little screw. I don't know if I can show you guys. There's a little screw right down here. And I was able to reach up there with a screwdriver and loosen that screw. And once I loosened that screw, this is not a Phillips screwdriver, but I'm just going to show you guys where the screw is. So you know where the focus is. So the screw is under the lens, like right there is the little screw right there. So I loosened it up. I actually took it out the first time, but then I realized that I could just loosen it up and leave it in there. So I loosened it up like one turn. Then I was able to turn the outside of this lens here, because the lens extension is actually threaded, and screwing it out, you focus much closer. You could focus this thing up to like a ½ an inch away for really macro stuff, or if you screw it all the way in, you get like a distance shot. So what I did is, thinking that the birds are going to make a nest, and that's going to be a couple of inches, and then as the birds grow and they stand up. So what I did is I made the focal distance about halfway down in the box. So this way when the birds, as they hatch out and they stand up, they'll have a good focus on the birds' heads and be able to even watch the feathers grow. And I used my hand, I held my hand like, you know, like halfway down the box, like I held my hand in here figuring where the birds would be standing up, the little baby birds and stuff, after the nest and after they stand up. And that's what I used as my focal plane. Then I adjusted that X, which is fuzzy now in the TV because it's not in the focal plane, it's down the bottom of the box. But again, remember, they're going to build a nest and then they're going to stand up. So I focused that in the middle of the screen, and I put in a second lock screw so that it doesn't get moved by their wings and stuff. And then I tightened up these side screws, which is the in and out angle and the back. So it's all tight and locked in place. Then this wire gets tucked in here and the lid of the birdhouse goes on. I ran the cable down the side of the birdhouse with a couple of staples just to hold it from getting pulled out. When we mount the lid on the birdhouse, and that's the television they're going to watch from. This is like the bedroom, and they got little kids and stuff, and this is a little porch here, and we're going to mount it on that chimney out there. And so this is the lid of the birdhouse. So it's going to be like that. It gets screwed in, of course. Okay, so it's going to be like that. That's how it's going to look, and it's got a hidden camera inside. The birdhouse is separate from the camera. The camera is this here nature cam. This is the instructions that came with it. Birdhouse spy cam, the Hawkeye. So that's how I guess you could search it up on Google if you were interested. Although I'm sure there's other brands, but this is just this one that we're showing you guys. So it came with instructions and stuff, and like how to hook it up to your television, and you know, they got like little sparrow pictures here and hummingbirds, because you can mount it outside a birdhouse too, pointing at the front of the birdhouse if you wanted to watch them coming and going. But we wanted more like an inside the birdhouse thing like that. Okay, so there's instructions, and so this TV is normally on HDMI 1. I wasn't able to find the television remote, but they do have a source button back here on this one. So we scroll through the sources, okay, till we get to video 2, which this is on, and then it comes on. Okay, so here's the picture. Now this cam, this little birdhouse cam, also has a infrared light source on it. So you do get now there. I'm gonna put this camera back, and alright, so here I'm sticking my hand under the camera, and again I focused it so it would be a couple inches off the floor and we'd get sharp focus. So I can actually see my fingerprints. I don't know how it's coming out there for you YouTube people. Let me turn my hand over and get my nails. That might be a better. There's my dirty pinky nail. Okay, so again, it's a couple focal distance off the floor because we want it to catch, but it's very sharp. I can see my cuticles. I can see my fingernails. I can see the grain in my fingernails. I can see the dirt under my nails. I'm impressed with the sharpness of it. Although the color does get a little washed out because it is kind of infrared. There's not much light inside a birdhouse. I mean, the only light source you're going to get inside a birdhouse is that little hole. So there's really not much light source in there. But well, let's show you what I'm looking at here. Okay, there's the close-up of the television screen of my dirty pinky nail, holding it. Now if I put it on the bottom of the box, you'll see it goes out of focus. Okay, so the focal is very sensitive on it. This is like 2 inches from where I had a focus on the bottom of the box. See, holding it on the bottom of the box. Now watch as I pick my hand up, how it comes right into focus there, and that is like halfway up. And again, thinking ahead of where the birds are going to be when they grow up, and we want a good picture. So let's just show you real quick. We're going to pop out this little terrace here. And the homeowner wants it mounted on this chimney here. So that's where we're going to mount it. It's a very nice area here. Center Island on Long Island. This is Center Island. I think that's Billy Joel's house over there with his motorcycles and stuff. So we're gonna drill a couple of holes, put some mollies, and screw this birdhouse, 2 screws. We're gonna screw the birdhouse up, then we're gonna run the wire. Let me show you guys that. So we got 100 feet. We're gonna run the wire up onto this little edge of roofing here. We're gonna run the wire along this rail. Okay, we're gonna run it along this rail over to here with probably a cable tie or something, along the gutter to that window, and underneath that window through the sash, because we can run it through there and then close the window, not a problem. It's a small wire. Through the sash, okay? So we'll probably come out the corner here behind this drape, and then I'll run the wire down up to the back of the television, okay? So that's basically the plan for the wiring, and then we'll be done with that. So pretty simple. You know, I don't know where you guys are gonna mount it, if it's gonna be on a tree or the side of a cedar shake house. I'm not gonna get into like doing mollies and stuff. You could search my other videos. I have plenty of videos on drilling into different you know, different things, wood, cement, stucco, bricks, and putting mollies. And but basically what I've done, and I'll show you real quick, is I took the wood drill and I countersunk a couple of holes in the top edge of the birdhouse. Okay, we're gonna use like 2-inch deck screws, which are coated to keep them from rusting. This 2-inch deck screws are going to go through there, and then we're going to put some mollies in the brick. Watch your dog or your horse or your fox or your wolf or your deers and elks or your mailbox or even your little baby. So I guess you know, there's a wide range of stuff you could do with this. Find some things you'd rather not find. Oh, I guess they want you to like hook it to your TV, and then reaching around with your hands, you could look at like pipes and wires, and oh, look at that, rats. I'm gonna rate this in my product review. I'm rating this as a good thing. You know, it worked, well designed, well built. Not sure of the price and stuff, so I can't give you that rating. And easy to plug right into the TV, and also the transformer plug right into the wall, and everything worked. Adjust the focus and you're all set. And that was important, is adjusting the focus. It's not an automatic focus, it's manual focus. And once we had the focus dialed in, really sharp picture, better than expected. So definitely giving it a good rating. So look, rate my video, okay, because that really helps me out with this YouTube thing. And please sub to my channel as long as you're here, because this is the Handyman Zone. I know I'm going to get a whole different group of people watching this video because it's a wildlife subject compared to my normal handyman stuff. And that's great that I brought you here. So as long as you're here, sub to the channel, because handyman is like every homeowner, apartment dweller, whatever. You're going to need my stuff. I do everything from plumbing, carpentry to electric, all kind of minor repairs that everyone should know how to do. I also do a lot of product reviews. So again, rate, thanks for watching, sub, and thanks for watching. And the comment box below is there for you guys. YouTube put it there. Leave any comments or questions, because indeed, in the future, these may prove helpful to other YouTube users. So you may help somebody out by just leaving a question or a comment.